Oh yeah, one point that I forgot to mention, sorry, which is a very important part, is when she first filed for divorce, she was pregnant. Hi beautiful people, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Latoya Forever and Adam's divorce, because she has recently come out with a video titled Separation, where she finally speaks out. She has been quiet, and Adam did his, I think it was like a couple of weeks ago, and I am glad that she has spoken out. I'm going to share my thoughts on this because I have been talking about this on my channel, so yeah, it's only fair that I follow up on it, and you guys have been engaging in that topic, so definitely stay tuned, like this video, join the family, and subscribe to the channel. So if you have been following me, you will know my opinion and commentary in regards to their divorce and really how I feel about it, especially when Adam did that video, Why Is She In My Video. I think that's when I kind of switched off from them. It really did change my opinion, but then he came back and then he did his video, and then, you know, I understood their situation a little bit more. Obviously people felt like it was staged, the divorce was fake, it was all for Real Housewives, and for me it was more about just be authentic. Do you know what I mean? Like, just be real. And that is why I absolutely give respect to where it's due, and I would definitely give that to Latoya for doing her video. I felt like it was open, it was real, it was authentic, she was very transparent, and I loved that, you know. I even loved like the setting as well, like, you know, she was just out and she was like, you know what, let me put the camera on. Like, it wasn't so calculated, and I love that. And I think when people often make videos, whether it's apology video, whether it's like addressing a situation, you always kind of sense when it's being calculated. You can sense it, like the camera does not lie. But I really appreciated Latoya's video. There's a few things that she mentioned. She obviously mentioned how they met. Come on somebody. And do you know what, like, it is so true, guys. When she was talking, yeah, like, I was literally like, yes, like, I was responsive to her video. Like, I felt like I could relate one way or the other. I felt like as a woman, I felt like I get it, because I think a lot of the times when we talk about love, I'm going to get into the video, but let me just say this. I feel like a lot of the time when we talk about love, yes, love is not an emotion, but these things do matter. Like, how your partner makes you feel, it matters. And the fact that she was like, she feels like she's married to her business partner, like, that was sad to hear, because you could really easily see how it translated from having a genuine connection to just being about business. Like, especially when you are both ambitious, both driven, you both have the same kind of vision and goals in mind, like, it can easily become about business. And I don't think that I've heard any other couple that I've kind of follow up really speak like that, because it's like, you know, it's either they've kind of beaten around the bush, or they've just not really just said the fact that your relationship has become business, you know. And that's something that I have said on my channel before, and I'm glad that she mentioned that, because it's so true, and that can just take away from the romance. You know, women, we want to be romanced. You know, when she was like, when was the last time, you know, you said I love you, or when was the last time you did something to me, like. And some guys just don't get that, because guys are just very logical. What is interesting is that I was talking to someone, sorry, I'm going a little bit all over the place, but you'll follow me, and we was talking about love languages, and one thing that they said is, you're supposed to speak your partner's love language, and they're supposed to speak your love language. You're not supposed to speak your own language. Do you get what I mean? It's like, it's up to that person to speak in a way that you will understand. I'm going to speak your love language because that is what's going to please you. But it's like, guys just don't get that. And oftentimes when you talk about communication, guys think that, oh, women are just emotional beings, so therefore all we want is just to be told things that they think we want to hear. No. I want you to stimulate my mind. Like, I want you to open me up in a way that nobody else can, and I want to have that space and that deeper connection, and it just seems like hard work for men. So with that being said, I loved how she spoke about that, and I love how she was like, maybe I fell in love with the fact that he what did she say? She said, maybe I fell in love with the fact that he believed in me like nobody else did. And that's so true. Like sometimes you can be with somebody who they see what you're doing, they're seeing your grind, they're believing in you, they're seeing your passion, and that makes you drawn to that person because you're like, you can see me, like you see what I'm about. Before you know it, the baby comes, and like she said, they try to do the right thing. They both come from a broken home, so you don't want that to be a repetitive cycle, so you try to do the right thing, you get married. And you know, sometimes life can just go so quickly, guys, and you don't even realize how far you've come. Like, you know, when you first start dating someone, yeah, at first you start counting, you're like, it's been 1 week and 3 days, it's been 2 weeks and 6 days, it's been 1 month, it's been 2 months, and then you lose count, and then you're like, damn, like, has it been 6 months already? Do you get what I mean? Like, you don't even realize how time just goes. Like, and sometimes you can find yourself being caught up. Sometimes people get in things, situations, not intending or not genuinely actually firstly really loving that person and actually intended to be in a committed relationship with that person, but then something happens and before you know it, they get caught up in the whirlwind. And I think that is so common. Like, it is so common. She touched on a lot of things, guys, and I think if you haven't watched the video, go ahead and watch the video. It's on her channel. It's called Separation. I don't think you need to be married to even relate. She spoke about the dating stages. She spoke about having a baby, getting married, and sometimes what prompts people to get married even if they might not even be ready. And then before you know it, it's 9 years into the marriage and relationship, and you've just completely lost that connection and you haven't even realized, especially when you're so business focused, especially when, you know, everything revolves around maintaining the house bills, maintaining the mortgage, you know, maintaining all of this and this and that. Like, you kind of lose track of what is important. I liked how she spoke about counseling. I actually think I'm actually pro counseling, and I don't think in the black community it's something that is spoken about much, but for me I feel like it's important to do it as an individual and also in a partnership, and not just like marriage counseling, or not just like before you get married. Like, especially if you're Christian, like, it's very common in the churches, like, you go through this marriage course. Like, no. I think it's so important to maintain that. And I loved how she was even like, although they're not together, but even for the benefit of them co-parenting and having the kids, for them to speak about the hurts, the pains, and all of that stuff, and just having that mediator, I think it's so important. And she spoke about her leaving the house. Obviously she has been living in the house. I'm glad she clarified that, and you know, her needing to move out, because listen, if her parents and family are confused whether they're together or not together, how much will we be confused? So I'm glad she clarified that, because it just kind of put a lot of things to rest. I think she did her video very respectfully. Like, I don't think she bashed him in any way. I think there's a lot of truth to it. Obviously he would have his side, of course. Whenever there's a breakup, everybody always have their perspective on it, you know, their reason to why the whole thing crash down. And most of the time, maybe 80% of the time, it's always the other person's fault, you know. That's just humanity. But maybe if Adam spoke, he would make it out like it's her fault, which he did in his video, and when she speaks, he will make it out like it's his fault. That's just human nature. So I'm not gonna fault her for that. I'm not gonna be like, oh, she's putting all the blame on Adam. No, guys, let's be real and let's be honest. Oftentimes when there's a breakup, you never really know the true story, because one party will say, but he was like this, or she was like that, but he did this and he did that. That's just the reality of things. We don't know what the future is for them. Like, I just kind of felt like she just wants that compassion that is missing. Like, she just wants to feel love. Like, and I like how she just emphasizing, like, I just want to feel those feelings, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Like, you shouldn't be in a relationship and you don't feel like, we're not saying that love is a feeling, it's an emotion, no, but it's a big part of it. And I feel like for so long I kind of believed myself that, you know, love is just a choice. You just choose to love, like, even if that person is just, it's like you just choose to. It's like, yes, love is a choice before it's a feeling. However, the connection and the fuel of it that will keep the momentum going, it's the romance, you know, it's the feelings. Like, how does that person make me feel? And I don't want anybody else to give me something that my husband is not giving me, because that means that I'm not going to feel fulfilled in my marriage, and so therefore I'm gonna want to leave. Oh yeah, one point that I forgot to mention, sorry, which is a very important part, is when she first filed for divorce, she was pregnant. And for somebody that went through so many complications in their pregnancy, like, I mean, for you guys that have not been pregnant, you might not really understand, but when you're pregnant, your emotions are through the roof, mate. Your emotions, your hormones, they literally like, they're so aggressive. It's scary. It's scary for an individual to feel that, because you almost like, you don't even know what is going on with yourself. And the fact that she filed for divorce in the midst of her pregnancy, I think in itself that would play a big part, a major part, because sometimes like those emotions, they're not real, they're temporary, they're very misleading, so you can't really make decisions whilst you're going through that. And obviously that's why she mentioned that she withdrew the divorce, but because she entertained it and she was like, you know what, we just kind of need to separate. Again, it could have been the emotions talking. And you know sometimes, yeah guys, like, people actually go through so much, like especially during pregnancy, in like couples. Like, sometimes men don't know how to deal with women who are highly emotional. For a lot of people, it takes away from the intimacy. So, but women still want that, and men don't know how to be intimate emotionally, or be emotionally available, or give that emotional support. So the language in itself becomes a barrier. That was really sad to hear, actually. And obviously when she brought it up again, he then filed, and I think probably at that time he just had enough of it. Like, he would have just had enough of it. Do you know what, guys, I really hope that they work it out. I'm not even gonna lie, I felt so much pain when she was talking. Like, I literally had to stop everything that I was doing, because I was like, damn, this is really painful to hear. I was feeling the energy, do you get what I mean? Like, I was like, I'm feeling you, girl, like what you're saying, like you're saying so much. And I just hope that they work it out. Like, and she's right, sometimes people just need to separate. Hopefully with time there could be real healing. They have a beautiful family, they know how to make it happen, being a power couple. It's a lot, guys, it is a lot, I'm not gonna lie. But thank you so much for sharing that with us, Latoya, and because it was so relatable, and I found it to be a really valuable video. But yeah guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section anyway, and I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, join the family. What are you waiting for? It's all good vibes over here. You guys have a good day and take care. Bye.